It was a scorching hot day, and two hikers were making their way through some dry, brown hills. They'd been walking since sunrise, and now, with the sun high in the sky, they were feeling exhausted, thirsty, and incredibly hungry. Their legs ached with every step, and their stomachs rumbled louder than a distant thunderstorm. All they could see for miles were rolling hills, all the same shade of dusty brown. It felt like they were the only two people in the entire world. Just as they were about to give up hope, one of them spotted something on the horizon. A dark green shape stood out against all the brown. It was a tree. A huge, leafy tree offering shade and maybe even some food. Hope surged through them, giving them a new burst of energy. They started walking faster, their eyes fixed on the distant tree. "I am so hungry," said the first hiker, his voice raspy from thirst. He squinted, trying to make out the shape of the leaves. "Do you think that's an apple tree? Oh, I can just taste it now. I would do anything for a big, crunchy, red apple." He imagined sinking his teeth into a crisp apple, the sweet juice trickling down his chin. That thought alone was enough to make him walk even faster. The other hiker shook his head. "Nah, that's not an apple tree," he said, with just as much confidence. "The branches look different. I'm pretty sure it's a pear tree. And you know, pears are my absolute favorite. I'd love a sweet, juicy, yellow pear right now." He licked his lips, dreaming of a perfectly ripe pear, soft and bursting with flavor. The two of them argued back and forth as they got closer. "It's an apple tree." "No, it's a pear tree." Finally, they reached the tree. It was a magnificent, ancient oak tree with a thick trunk and wide, spreading branches that created a huge circle of cool shade. But as they looked up into its leaves, their shoulders slumped. There were no apples. And there were no pears. There was no fruit at all, just a canopy of green leaves and some tiny acorns scattered on the ground. Disappointment washed over them. All that hope, all that arguing, for nothing. They collapsed under the tree's shade, too tired to even speak. The cool air was a relief, but their hunger and thirst were worse than ever. "This tree is completely useless," the first hiker grumbled, kicking at a root. "It doesn't have any fruit. It just stands here, taking up space." "Yeah, what a waste," the other agreed, throwing a small rock in frustration. "It's good for nothing. It just tricked us into thinking we'd get food." Suddenly, a deep, rumbling voice seemed to echo from the tree itself. "Ungrateful people," it boomed. The hikers jumped, looking around in confusion. "You come to me, tired and hot, and I give you my cool shade. You are enjoying my protection from the scorching sun right this very moment. And yet, you call me useless?" The two hikers looked at each other, their faces pale. They looked up at the huge branches that were shielding them, at the cool, dark shade they were sitting in. They had been so focused on what the tree didn't have that they completely forgot about the wonderful gift it was already giving them. Feeling ashamed, they sat in silence, appreciating the simple comfort of the shade. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that make you think. Thanks for watching.